Good evening and welcome to the Miss World New Zealand 2011. In studios I have a very special guest over here tonight. She not only won the title, but she's actually conquered a lot more after it. What is she going to be taking to London and how she's going to be representing New Zealand. A personal chat with the Miss World New Zealand 2011, Meredith Brookman. Meredith, thank you very much and welcome to the studios tonight.
Thanks, Jazz.
Tell me a little bit more about the whole competition and how it all started for you.
It's a funny story actually, Jazz. I've got a friend who approached me to do the competition, so after a lot of bickering and thinking about it, I decided, well, let me go check this whole thing out. So I took my dad along to the rehearsal, and from there on it was just get go.
Pretty much from there.
Yeah.
Well, tell me a little bit more. I mean, there were a lot of reality TV shows, a lot of shows related to fashion and beauty, a lot of different pageants around. Why the Miss World New Zealand?
I think what pulled me towards the Miss World New Zealand organisation the most is that a charity is behind it all. It's beauty with a purpose. It's not just a pretty face.
Sure.
So, it's not the stereotypical pageant where you just have to be pretty and nothing on the inside.
Absolutely.
Intelligence and a purpose behind what you're doing is a big part of Miss World New Zealand.
Sure. What were you thinking when you joined this competition? How were you going to juggle with your priorities in your daily life?
It's a difficult job. It takes a lot of time and dedication to do a pageant. You learn a lot about yourself, but doing a pageant, putting 100% into getting that title. You joined it for a reason.
Yes.
You've got your charity to support. You're passionate about your charity. In our case, it was Variety.
Yes.
Children of the Earthquake Appeal. And then on the other hand, you're this girl who's just studying, you've got your university to get through, you've got a passion, minus law, being an international lawyer, and juggling the two worlds. I have to say, it's a tough job.
Absolutely, I kind of agree with that as well. Now, I've been talking about the financials and how expensive this whole pageant thing could be, the experience. 3 months of grooming, makeup, gowns, hair, everything. How do you guys actually cope with that?
It's very tough. It's a very expensive, pageant. Gowns, bikinis, hair, makeup, the works, it costs a lot of money. None of it comes cheap. And it would be great if we had a little bit of a financial support from companies and businesses around New Zealand, because me being a university student, it's a lot of pressure on my parents to support that. I mean, I have a dream. How can they say no? So they've just got to fork out the money for me to be able to look good and feel good on stage.
Absolutely. Also talking about your aspirations and ambitions, you have your own personal ones and you would have had that, and you still have that, before the pageant. How has that changed after the Miss World New Zealand 2011?
I'm still very passionate about my international relations and becoming an international lawyer, fighting issues like children's rights, child soldiering, child trafficking. They don't have a voice, we need to be their voice. However, the pageant did present me with a platform to fight these issues. It's not a concern in New Zealand as such, so I might be representing a charity for children, whatever it may be, but it's definitely same passions.
Miss World, the actual competition in London this year, and you're going to be actually facing 42 lovely ladies on the big stage, a global viewership of around 6 million people. What is going to be the key ingredient to winning the big title for New Zealand?
Tough question, but I'll have to say just be myself. I mean, I've just got to go with what I have and hope for the best.
Yeah.
There'll be a lot of mental preparation, physical preparation, going to the gym, making sure I'm healthy inside out. But the key ingredient would just to be myself and hope for the best.
Now, before the big night in London, what are your steps towards the big night? Are you going to be doing a lot of appearances on television? Of course, the telethon that you've just recently been through in Christchurch. Tell us a little bit more about that.
It was an absolutely fantastic event. I had the opportunity to attend, and at the end of the day we raised 2.5 million for Christchurch, which I think could go a very long way for people in need. I'm also hoping to attend Marae's in the near future, get right in amongst our Māori community, because I want to be representing both Pākehā and Māori cultures as a unified New Zealand.
Sure.
So lots of distinct things.
Now, as your reigning year as Miss World New Zealand, of course, before you go to the Miss World and after you come back, it is a very hectic year. A lot of people would want to see who you are, what you really do. Different communities around New Zealand as well. What is your time frame? How do you choose to actually cover everyone around New Zealand and, of course, represent the people?
Well, it's a busy year ahead. I'm very excited. It's started already, so that's a good thing. First of all, my list would be my charity, raise funds, raise awareness for children in need. Secondly, just being a role model, ambassador for my country, whether that is, supporting children in need, whether it's standing for a certain point, just being their role model for people to look up to. And I also want to visit schools around New Zealand, talk to girls about presentation, about being a young woman in school, getting closer to university, what they want to study. Just talk to them and let them know that, anything is possible.
What do you think of future Miss World New Zealands that will be coming on board and training in the next 10 years or 15 years? What is their key motivation to actually entering beauty pageants like these?
First of all, I would have to say, without a doubt, believing in yourself. Believe that you can do anything. And after that, just putting in the hard work. Nothing comes without hard work. Dedication, that's the key to everything. So just as long as you believe in yourself, you're dedicated, and you go for what you want, it's possible.
And of course a lot of organisations backing the girls up, and of course the pageant directors, and actually supporting the organisation. So Miss World New Zealand is just not in New Zealand, but actually on the world stage we have one girl taking the Miss World on the big stage as well, which has not happened in quite some time now, I believe. Are you going to change that?
Yes, I am. I hope I am. I believe I can. Just like I said, with hard work, dedication, anything is possible. I'm definitely going with the mindset to do well, to do my best, and in the hopes of becoming the next Miss World. So let's see how I go.
That's really good. Any words of wisdom for next year or the future Miss World New Zealand?
Be yourself yet again. I can't emphasize enough how much you need to be yourself. Believe in yourself. Don't go out there being fake, because people see right through you. And enjoy yourself. That is the key. Just enjoy yourself. It'll show on stage, it'll show off stage, and
I have absolutely no concern about the good-looking women that are about to come through, but what about the big businesses, the investors? What have you got to say to them?
Sponsorships. We need businesses to come behind us. We need your support. Without businesses, we cannot do New Zealand proud. We can do New Zealand proud, actually. We just need that extra bit of support, which would make it so much easier for us as girls, to make our country proud and to shine on the world stage.
I kind of agree when you kind of said that we can't do New Zealand proud without a financial sponsorship, because when you go to the Miss World stage, you got like the girls from like India or Venezuela and Spain who've been winning it year after year. I don't really see it as more of a beauty, but I actually kind of see it as a financial stress when girls get sponsored close to $1 million just for those 3 weeks, and then you see New Zealand. We don't really have a lot of government, we have absolutely no government funding. Businesses don't want to come forward and support the girls and actually invest their money as well. So what do you think personally will change the situation for the future?
I have no doubt about previous Miss Worlds being beautiful and intelligent and the whole package, but in the same sentence, they have had a lot of support. Their governments stand behind them 100%. And you just cannot compete with that. We need, like I've said, makeup, dresses, gowns. That's just the least of it, just training, our talents that we have to perform on the world stage. It all takes a lot of money. And without, the support of local businesses, you just can't really compete.
And I kind of really agree about the fact that, that a lot of our sponsorship proposals that go through get declined quite often, because there's so much of backing with the sporting organisations. You got the rugby, very recent, the football after the World Cup. I think it'll only take one girl or two girls to actually win the big title on the world stage before the government actually sees that yes, New Zealand women have that kind of potential. And I'm kind of thinking government would be interested to see who would actually make a mark and make it more feasible for yourself, and hopefully you could change that on the world stage in London.
I'm hoping to change all that, not just for myself, but for future Miss New Zealands. It'll make it a little bit easier on them to continue in their hopes of becoming the next Miss World, which is not impossible. But definitely, even before I leave for London in November, I'll be approaching businesses, so be ready for me. I'll be approaching designers, I'll be approaching corporates, everything and anything, asking for help, asking for your support, whether it's financial or just being there, supporting me. Anything would be great.
Now, I believe you're doing a lot more events for the build-up to London, and of course the big Miss World. You're doing a lot of events and fundraisers with a lot of local businesses. You want to talk a little bit more about that?
Yes, Jazz, I've actually come together with our Miss Supranational New Zealand, Katrina Turner, and the two of us are organising an event, the official Miss New Zealand after party, if you may call it. It's an official fundraiser for us girls, you know, to help us when we go overseas, to help fund everything we need to take with us overseas to make our country proud. So that will be coming up soon in July. Everyone, keep your eyes and ears open. It'll be an event to attend, definitely.
And it's very good that you girls are actually passionate about this and actually making this happen for yourself. Because when you guys go overseas, 16 other girls will be going overseas not for just one night or 2 days. It's actually a 3-week affair. It's the build up to the big night, and girls need that kind of support and financial backup, which is what it is. But I actually wish you all the very best for your endeavours before the pageant, of course, at the Miss World in London. And of course, when you come back, we'd love to hear some really good news. And hopefully you change the scene for the future Miss World New Zealand girls.
I hope so too. I hope to change the future of Miss New Zealand and becoming Miss World 2011, but I'll first start by organising this event held at Invito and Chancery, so everyone, yet again, keep your ears and eyes open. It'll be something to attend. And thank you very much for having me. It's been a
Thank you.
privilege.
It is also a privilege to have you into the studios as well, and good luck for the pageant.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, our current Miss World New Zealand 2011, and hopefully the big Miss World, Mianette Brookman, over here in our studios today. And if you guys want to support Mianette with any of her fundraisers or events, do watch out, of course, the Invito event, which is going to be a very, very big event. A lot of local businesses, investors, corporates going to be down there supporting the girls, and it's going to be a very, very good night. We wish Mianette all the very best for her big night in London, and hopefully here to hear some good news. But for now, it's good night and good luck.